Holohan got a piece of the ball, but referee saying that he got man first. And the free kick from Osborne is, well, it was sliced and it was presumably looking for several runners. I don't think anybody really expected that. Hartlepool have always tended to be a fairly patient side. Possession, 9/10 of the law, and that is usually what Jimmy Shan likes to play as well. As Cox does a really good job of getting away from Buddy on the right hand side, and he's got ball furthest forward in support if you can find him, and he goes all the way into the box and then fires across goal. More of a cross. Oh, ball could react to it, and then is he tripped? Jordan Cranston is screaming for a penalty there, but the appeal's turned away. We unfortunately don't have a game clock available to us, but Cranston looking for a ball in. Oh, and it could arrive with Archer if he's reacted to it well, and just taken away by an important intervention there. Because, oh, blocked by Osborne, and he could be in, and oh, that's a fantastic reaction save there from Ravas. And Osborne really did everything that you could have wished for him to do, because it was in a fairly awkward position for him to strike going low to his left. He almost had to kind of bend his body downwards just to reach it. Jamie Osborne asking how many then? That one was rather clear, but referee seems to be letting a few things go as the loose ball goes towards Adesina there, and if Bloomfield can find space, he did find a half a yard of space up against Carl Storer there, but couldn't quite get the shot away with the power he intended. Clearance from Ravas is going to go right towards Bloomfield once again. Williams rises highest, but it's actually going behind, and now Holohan, can he find a turn against Cox? He did initially, and got towards the outside, and then takes him on, and off the post! What a huge let-off for the Moors, as some sort of angle with which to work with. Bunny hasn't seen much in the way of first-team football. He played a game, I believe it was with Matlock Town. There's a bit of pushing here between Osborne and Adesina, and this time the decision goes against and this is a red. Well, Henrik Ravas in the Hartlepool goal is saying he was holding him. They were both holding each other, but I think there's little question that the more guilty man there was Adesina. It was one of those 6 of one, half a dozen of the other type of calls, and then Adesina rather took it beyond that point. Certainly that's how it looked from our perspective up here in the gantry just opposite the Dams and Homes stand, as Adesina is sent off, and well, this could have a major impact on the game. I guess from a Hartlepool perspective, they could almost take something out of the Moors' book here. If you look back to that Moors game against Boreham Wood, the Moors, of course, had Darren Carter sent off very early on in that game and effectively switched to a 4-4-1 instead of playing the kind of box 3-5-2 with the box middle that they love to play. Those more pacey battles towards the right hand side, getting himself in position to strike there, and now there could be a chance for Hartlepool coming the other way of Bloomfield. Can he take on Pierce? He can, and there was a slight trip there. If Bloomfield had gone down there, he might have had half a case. Storer just had a moment of space there if he was facing goal, but unfortunately he wasn't. But now here's a chance for Ward to get across it in towards Archer, and it's sliced and should be collected by the goalkeeper, although he's under pressure. And Cranston blocked, and it doesn't fall the way of Carl Storer. Bunny hacks away, and Pierce could be under a bit of pressure if he doesn't get this header where he wants to, and he's got it away, but only as far as Crawford, and it's 3-on-5 here, and there's a chance here for Holohan to work into some space, but he goes away from goal with his first touch. Now here's Featherstone up against his opposite number, Gleeson. What you don't want to do there is commit the foul, of course, and Jamie Ward was trying to sneak up behind there, and there was almost a heart-in-mouth moment, but it ends up back on the right-hand side, and I think now the Moors have just about recovered enough men behind. Archer putting on the pressure, but Maglaw is able to get it back to his goalkeeper with the help of Cass. Ball going there over Bunny, but then Holohan does get away from Williams, and he's up against Pearce, and he gets around Pearce. Bucher's going to come through and try and make the save, and he does. It's still with the Hartlepool man there. And certainly all the danger has come from Gavin Holohan, and that's twice now he's gotten away down the left-hand side. But now the Moors will try and come right back, although Archer... Ball just went through to Ravas there, as there was a ball intended for Hudlin that was a through ball low to the inside. Hudlin just not quite able to get there. Unusual to see Ward effectively playing as a right back, but seems to be enjoying the role so far. Now here's Cranston. Goes backwards towards Gleeson, and now here is Ward, and he's got a bit more space to operate in this time. Now Bunny closes him down, but the through ball goes towards Storer, and that's come off of Johnson, it appears, and it has. Referee signalling corner. It's been taken quickly. Osborne finding Cranston, because Cranston has the space for a shot. He does, and deflected and in. And judging by the celebrations there, it's Christian Pearce who's got the deflection. Well, it was always going to be difficult to break down this 10-man Hartlepool. Of course, it's the first Moors goal against Hartlepool here at the SportNation.bet Stadium, will you believe it or not. Of course, all the previous fixtures between these two teams ending 1-0 to the away side, but Jordan Cranston, finally the Moors just utilising that game plan of taking what comes their way, and there was clear space there for Cranston to strike from distance, and it was turned in by Christian Pearce, who... Result is a Moors throw, and Cranston's going to play it back towards Guthrie. Does have space for a cross here if he wants it, but he's going to go across to Storer. Presumably they're going to try and go across the field here, and now it does end up with Ward, and Ward chips it through towards Hudlin, who has a great first touch. There's appeals for a handball there. Did look to bounce into Hudlin's arm, and... Well, what a bizarre incident. The referee blew the whistle and gave what can only assume to be the handball, but he put his arm out towards the direction of the penalty spot. The referee almost quite literally losing control of the game there. The ball goes wayward towards the left-hand side, and it is in the end a Hartlepool throw. Featherstone is going to try and guide it back to Donaldson, and now it does go back to the goalkeeper. Moors were trying to press high up the field that time. Storer wins the header. Now Maycock trying to help it forward, and James Ball is going to race onto it. They weren't watching him, and Ball makes it 2-0. Complete ball watching from Maglaw. Kyle Hudlin was offside, James Ball wasn't. Ball saw the opportunity to race onto it, and Hartlepool kept ball watching. James Ball needs no second invitation. That's his second of the season in the National League. Ball actually becomes the joint top scorer in the National League as a result of that. Joe Sabara, Jamie Osborne, Cameron Archer, all with 2. Joe Sabara with 4 in all competitions, remains the Moors' top goal scorer at the moment. But James Ball doing an excellent job of occupying that attacking midfield area towards the left side of the what is effectively the attacking midfield duo. As now Ravas will clear away. Hartlepool, of course, as we mentioned, were the last team to score here at the. That's a great first touch from the new man Gray, looking to take on Williams and then find the space for a shot, and it's deflected off the post again. I think it was Alex Gutcher that got the deflection. It came off the post, and well, Gray making himself a handful already, and Kyle Hudlin now is down, and the play will stop. But certainly, Joe Gray making an impact just before Hudlin went down there. Just finding numbers count, that's for sure. Donaldson turns and finds Featherstone. But even with those 6 men in pretty much a 10-yard area, there's still no real space for Hartlepool to work down the opposite side of the field once they get it there. But now there could be a shot from range, and Booty's forced to make the save, but Afosu can react to it first. But it is wide, and he wants a penalty for a push from Jordan Cranston. I think Cranston may have done just about enough to put him off, but I think Afosu got the effort away before Cranston could get the brunt of his challenge in. And the result in the end is a goal kick. But that again, just another one of those reminders that this game, for all the play that's hard to see who that was, but there is the full-time whistle, and the Moors, after going a man up in the first half, after Timmy Odesina was shown his marching orders for that pull on Osborne that from our perspective appeared to be a 6 of one, half a dozen the other at first, and then Odesina really giving himself a case that was indefensible. He saw his marching orders, and then the Moors in the second half pushed on. The opener came in quite fortuitous circumstances. Hartlepool had defended fairly well up until the point at which the deflected effort from Jordan Cranston went in off his own man. Christian Pearce got the credit for the goal, his first in the league. And then the second goal, complete ball watching from Maglaw, allowed James Ball to race onto it as Kyle Hudlin, the substitute, was offside, but Ball was not. Ball stole it away and slotted past Henrik Ravas, who, to give him credit, had a decent game, but there was nothing he could do for either goal.